Okay, so there's a fairly good chance that if you have any kind of access to the internet, you're aware of the controversy surrounding the upcoming film, A Dog's Purpose. If you're not aware, then I'll give you a fairly brief run-through. One scene in the movie involves a dog diving into and swimming in violent, rushing water. Now, footage has recently emerged showing what had to take place in order for this scene to be filmed. Crew members are shown throwing the dog into the water by the neck or by the collar, while the dog desperately fights to stay on dry land. The dog is then shown being slammed into a wall by the current of the water before becoming completely submerged, and crew and cast members have to jump in to try to save the dog. Since the release of the footage, the film's Facebook page has been flooded with angry comments, and it seems as though the majority of the population will be boycotting the film. So, people are obviously very, very angry. But why is that exactly? Logic would suggest that it's because they see an innocent animal being used and abused just so that people can have the pleasure of going to the movies and watching a heartwarming family film. They see this as immoral, as cruel, and as completely unnecessary, which of course it is. So if this is in fact the reason, then it would make sense for these exact same people to be against the unnecessary use and abuse of any animal for selfish human pleasure. Whether that be the pleasure of watching a heartwarming film, or the pleasure of eating a steak. On one hand, you have a dog being almost drowned to death when the technology to make these scenes artificially and remove all danger from the situation exists. And on the other hand, you have pigs being locked in gas chambers and chickens being ground up and boiled alive when the plant-based alternatives to these foods not only exist, but are healthier, better for the environment, and taste just as good. So if watching this dog being almost drowned to death just so that people can watch a movie upset you, then I highly recommend that you watch this documentary and this documentary so that you have some kind of idea what it is exactly that you're contributing to every time you purchase meat, dairy, or eggs.